Hello, Dr. Cox here. Welcome again. Sociology 210-83OL. I call you guys the long runners because you're 16 weeks and it's not as pressured. Okay, I wanted to do a little clarification because it's starting to feel like I need to. Before you can look to the future, let's look back to the past. Let's look at some of the assignments that were turned in 4/6, which was Sunday night. I provided you with 2 crash course sociology videos. I think they were number 34 and 35. And I asked you some specific personal reflective questions that you were to answer in your paper. A couple of you were pretty creative. A couple of you actually went into ChatGPT and typed those, and it produced a paper. Pretty smart. But it's still cheating. I mean, it's still plagiarizing. It's not your own work, and that's what I ask you for. So, let's figure this out here. All right, we've had our syllabus since January. So it's not like these things are being, thrown at you. So let's look at what we've got to do this week, see if we can figure out a way to do it without letting the internet do it for us or ChatGPT. It's okay. I understand. But we're not going to do it. Okay, so we are going to have actually things about our forum topic this week is discussion on gender in the classroom. Now you can look at that any way you want to. My view is, when we're little kids, the teachers want the boys to do this, and sometimes the teachers kind of encourage the boys to do math and the girls do more music or art or something like that. Is that a gender bias? Of course it is. All right. How many teachers have you had that were male versus female? Often I think you're going to find a large chunk of your instructors, teachers, are female. Why is that? All right, so then the second thing we've got is this opinion assignment. Remember that an opinion assignment means after you read the text, and after you think of things you've noticed, how different is gender and sexuality challenges in a large town versus a small town versus rural? This is common sense. What do you think? It's okay if you're wrong, but it's what you think. Remember that those of us who are still living with our parents, we get a lot of feedback, what I call supper table counseling, because we're all sitting a lot of times around the dinner table, and so we hear a lot of what our parents think and feel, which is perfect. But how does that influence the way we think or feel? I know I was influenced a great deal by my parents and what they said at night about other people, about things they had going on, political movements and things like that. So I want you to use the OpenStax text, read about it, think about current events, and form an opinion paper. Not an internet or ChatGPT produced paper. I could do that. We know what to do. And if you run out of time, just let me know. And that is a better way of approaching it rather than sending something that's just been, rapidly put together. Okay, you can text me, you can email me. But remember, I set this course up so that when you walk away with a grade, I feel confident that the quality of OpenStax and the rigorous amount of work that you put into your grade will be a direct reflection of what you know about Intro to Sociology. It's a foundation course. So for that reason, I want you to do your own work. I don't need the words that have been generated. Okay? So, see you next week at Spring Fling. Have a good week. Have a great weekend. Dr. Cox. Thanks.